Welcome to Hometown Happenings. I'm Carol McCarthy here with Sandy Gunderson, and she is here representing Natural Innovations today, and we are going to talk about the proper disposal of pharmaceuticals because they do affect the environment, as a matter of fact.
They do.
All right.
They absolutely do.
Okay. So what actually is the issue that we're facing today, just because so many people are using pharmaceuticals and not disposing of them properly?
That's a lot of it, and people are kind of confused about what should I do. You know, we used to throw everything away, and that's for my day job with household hazardous waste in Becker County. People want to get rid of their stuff. They don't know where to get rid of it, and so pharmaceuticals right now is becoming a big issue.
Okay.
I have this. I'm going to bend down for a minute. I have my bag of drugs and I don't know what to do with them.
Yeah.
And so out at the hazardous waste facility, we cannot take them.
Okay.
Because some of them are, they're all prescribed, of course.
All right.
But some of them are controlled substances. You know, whether it's whatever the doctor ordered, basically.
What do you got in there?
I know, none of these are. But I know the issue for many parents is they don't want their kids getting into them, and that's a big issue.
Okay.
But at the hazardous waste facilities, specifically with controlled substances, we can't take them because that puts us in a whole different category of accepting a certain kind of waste, controlled substance. And so if we were to get these chemicals out at a facility, we'd have to call law enforcement.
Oh.
Yeah, kicks it into us. So we've been having a lot of questions lately. What do I do with this? Can I just throw it away? Can I, that kind of thing? Or can you take it? And we actually, the Sheriff's Department is working on getting a collection system, and we would probably partner with them, or at least help them, assist them with it, and the pharmacies would probably help with the pharmacists.
Okay.
And that's how there's a few counties in the state that do that. They include the pharmacists, law enforcement, and solid waste department in collecting it. But it's real specific because you have to deal with the DEA, the Drug Enforcement Administration, because of the controlled substance issue.
Right.
So the way we do it in our own home is you take the drug, whatever it is, whether it's an antibiotic. Hopefully you don't have any left. That's you're supposed to. The directions are complete them, but such as this one still has some left. Didn't finish it. So what you want to do is you want to take your name and scratch it out.
Okay.
Scratch it out of there, and then mix this. Now these you can leave them in there like that. They match my sweater. You'd want to mix this with something that makes it inedible. Okay. So like a mustard or flour or paste or something that someone says, "Ew, I don't want that."
You don't open them like
no, you don't have to open them.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
And then you duct tape these closed. Then, preferably, if you can put them in like a margarine tub or something like that, duct tape them and then throw them into the trash. Oh. Because basically all our trash goes to a lined landfill, goes to Fargo.
Okay.
Now that you might see that changing, especially with controlled substances when we go to the burner and perm. Right. With pharmaceuticals. Okay. We'll have to see what their permit is as to taking pharmaceuticals. Okay. But there's issues now. We're hearing more in the newspaper. In the last couple of years, you're hearing more about pharmaceuticals coming out in the wastewater. Right. And so we really want to manage them properly. It's really important. You know, years ago it used to be just flush it down the toilet. And we can't do that anymore. They recommend not to do that anymore. In some states, you still can do that, but because we're so water rich here, we think that we want to protect that. It's a good thing. So, right, of course. Yeah. And Natural Innovations is the group that you are working with as well. And I'm here with Sandy Gunderson from the Natural Innovations here on Hometown Happenings. We're talking about pharmaceuticals and proper disposal of pharmaceuticals if you have a number of them. And I noticed that you have other things that are commonly found in the household, and we're going to take a quick break and be back with more about pharmaceuticals and Sandy Gunderson after this. Welcome back to Hometown Happenings. I'm Carol McCarthy here today with Sandy Gunderson. We're talking about pharmaceuticals and proper disposal of pharmaceuticals because there are some guidelines that people need to follow when they're disposing of pharmaceuticals. A lot of people, like you had showed us before, have this bag of pills or other things that they haven't used in a while, and they wonder where they can dispose of them. I mean, people just hold on to them. Or flush them, which is not recommended. Which is what we used to do years ago. In other states, is that still acceptable, or is it against the law in Minnesota to do that? Actually, I don't believe it's against the law, but because they're finding, and you've heard it across the U.S., that they're finding that these products, these pharmaceuticals specifically, are showing up in the wastewater. Okay. Wastewater treatment plants are not made to filter specifically pharmaceuticals, but they're even finding personal care products in like antibacterial soap.
Oh, okay. Wow.
To me, that's interesting that, you know, we've been told and told and told, use antibacterial. We're getting smarter bugs now.
Oh.
The bugs are, we don't need as much antibacterial bacterial soap as we use.
Okay.
So it's good to have a little bit stronger bugs too, so that we're, you know, so they understand how to fight against the germs.
Right. Okay.
So they're finding all kinds of these personal care products in our wastewater.
Oh.
But the pharmaceuticals specifically are the things that they're finding, antidepressants and antibiotics and things like that in our wastewater.
So do we have a lot of happy frogs and fish?
Well,
why they jump out of the water?
And there's still a lot of research going on, and they're finding that there are changes happening, and they're still researching what those are, but they're finding that there's some frogs. And Minnesota was really one of the first states that found three-legged frogs,
and that was about a dozen years ago. I remember hearing that when that first happened.
It's been a while, so they're doing lots more research on it, but in the meantime, we still need to properly dispose of all these. The best thing is to use them up.
Okay.
Then we don't have to worry about disposing of them.
Okay.
You know.
All right. And Sandy Gunderson is working with Natural Innovations. Of course, she does work with Becker County Household Hazardous Waste. So you probably do see a lot of this stuff. Do people actually bring this in thinking it is a household hazardous waste?
They do. They bring a lot of personal care products, and so some are brand new. They're just phasing those out. They're going to natural or whatever, and the best thing to do is to really use it up, so that it doesn't even have to come out to us. And what happens is, I've had a lot of people ask me now, specifically with the pharmaceuticals, if I take these, well, I've heard that more is getting into the wastewater by us, what we consume and then excrete. And that actually is true, that a lot is coming through us and going into the wastewater treatment plant, but we don't need to increase that by dumping that down the toilet or the sink with a lot of water. We just need to dispose of it in the trash. Okay,
so we've got about a minute left or so. So what are some of the key points again that people need to remember about pharmaceuticals and disposal of?
Yeah, well, proper location in your medicine cabinet, hopefully up in a locked cabinet if you're not done with them yet or whatever, so they're out of the reach of kids or any other adult, any other person that's not supposed to be taking them. Then if you aren't able to use them up, if they switch medications or whatever, hang on to them, put them in a Ziploc bag, and then store them again up in a safe place.
All right.
Or a locked cabinet, and then hang on to them until you're ready to dispose of them. Mix them with something, mustard, whatever. That would make it inedible. Duct tape it closed, scratch your name off. So leave the product on there, product name, but take your name off.
Okay.
And duct tape the top, put it in a margarine tub, opaque type container, duct tape that closed, and then throw it away.
Okay.
It goes to a lined landfill. So that's the best option in Minnesota right now.
All right.
We also, you'll probably see in the next year or two a place to bring pharmaceuticals.
Okay.
So that we'll do that in conjunction with law enforcement and pharmacists, and then we can go through it and check and see what is pharmaceutical, what of the pharmaceuticals is controlled substance and what's just an antibiotic.
All right, so good information from Sandy Gunderson, working with Natural Innovations. And Sandy, I want to thank you for being on Hometown Happenings and enlightening us on this subject.
Information, education is the name of the game.
All right, for Hometown Happenings, that's what's happening here. I'm Carol McCarthy.